Where did my just go? Wait.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. It's June 9th, 2026. Can I get a motion to open this meeting? Trustee Gupta, second trustee Asuma, all in favor? And we'll go to roll call.
Mayor and Borders, your name is called. Please state present if you're in attendance this evening. Trustee Asuma,
Present.
Trustee Gupta,
Present.
Trustee Patino,
Present.
Trustee Rosenberg,
Present.
Trustee Rothrock,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Galen,
Present.
Mayor Now.
Present.
Thank you.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go next.
Play ball.
I do want to start, I want to start with a moment of silence, even though we're sitting now. We lost Ernie Howell last week, I believe, Liz. He was a longtime member of our community. He did a lot of work with Forever Towns for Refugees. I just got to meet him for the first time 3 weeks ago at a meeting where they honored him for all of his service. And I just want to honor everything he's done with a moment of silence, please. Thank you. First up, we have a public hearing. Is there a motion to open a public hearing to receive public comment on a revision of Chapter 290, Vehicles and Traffic of the Village of Dobbs Ferry Code to authorize installation and establish fees for use in electric vehicle EV charging stations? Trustee Rosenberg, second trustee Gupta, all in favor? It's everyone. So this public hearing is now open. Anyone is here to discuss this, please come to the mic. Or if anyone's online, please let us know. Give it just a second.
It was necessary to add this to your code because you'll be establishing a rate and you needed the ability to adjust that rate as necessary so that it was not a loss leader to the village. So that's why I had suggested it, adding it to the parking provisions directly.
And then the rates themselves would be a part of our fee
And then
schedule.
they could be adjusted by resolution. Yeah.
Right. All right, going once. Going twice.
Should we, for the record, say anything about why we're doing this?
Well, that's what she just did.
I mean,
Yes.
no, but no, not like legally why, like
Go. Mhm.
that we're adding EV chargers.
This is for all EV chargers that the village will be installing. The
Right.
village installed EV chargers. We're not regulating any private ones or any of the ones on private property or shopping areas. This is just the ones that you're going to be installing or will be installing or have an option to install in the future.
Let me give you the backstory. The county offered to cover the cost of installing EV chargers in the village. There has been years of discussion on where these would be. There are 22, I believe, at the waterfront. I get these numbers mixed up. And then some behind Village Hall. And so what we're doing just in this public hearing is, like our village attorney said, is authorizing and establishing the fees for these, because they won't be free to charge. They will cost money. We get to set the fees. There will still be additional fees for the services that, like ChargePoint will charge fees for using them. But we will need to establish a fee, and so we need to revise the code in order to do that. So this is just another step in a very long process of accepting a free set of EV chargers from the county, so that there's an easier way to charge. If you don't have your own charging station at home, you'll be able to charge in village municipal lots at these stations, and we will supply the electricity, but the users will pay for it at a rate that covers the cost.
And non-EV vehicles will be able to, at least for the short term, park there in
Correct.
addition to EV cars. So we're keeping parking spaces open to
Yes.
everyone.
Yes, that you're not going to be restricting the use of the parking spaces to only EV vehicles, but you're going to be providing the option for EV vehicles to charge while they're parking in the spaces.
But to your point, I'm working with Margaret on a draft to go in our newsletter so we can start addressing the questions that may come up before we install anything, so that there's as much communication as possible about what this is about. It's just, I didn't preface it because this public hearing was specifically about the fees schedule, but you were right that we should explain it as many times as we can. So Margaret's helping me make it really simple so that everyone will understand what it is and know it's coming. All right, is there a motion to close the public hearing? Trustee Rothrock, second trustee Asuma, all in favor? It's everyone. Is there a motion to adopt this local law that we just closed the public hearing on? Trustee Gupta, second trustee Rosenberg, all in favor? It's everyone. All right. We have a department head staff report from Village Clerk Elizabeth Draper. Take it.
Ooh. I always love these.
Take it.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. As you know, I'm Elizabeth Draper, Village Clerk. Let's make this easier. The village clerk and deputy clerk are appointed by the mayor, subject to approval of the Board of Trustees. The term of the village clerk is 2 years, and the term of the deputy clerk is 1 year. I've had the honor of serving as village clerk since 2003, and deputy village clerk Bonilla was appointed in the fall of last year. The clerk's office issues a variety of licenses and permits, including garage sale permits, temporary and permanent handicap placards, peddler's permits, film permits, taxi licenses and permits, and parking permits. Village meeting agendas and backup documentation are on the village calendar on the homepage of the village website. I also serve as registrar of vital statistics, and Deputy Clerk Bonilla is the deputy registrar. We maintain and issue certified copies of birth and death records as requested. The village has birth and death records on file from 1873 to present date. In addition to people who come in to request copies of birth and death records, and funeral homes who request copies of death records on behalf of the family, with people getting their enhanced driver's licenses, there continues to be an increase in the amount of requests for certified birth records. Marriage records are also maintained by the registrar. Marriage records from 1873 to 1906 are available at Village Hall. In 1906, the town of Greenberg took over maintenance of marriage records, issuing marriage licenses. So we have not issued them since 1906. If people do get confused, sometimes if they were married in Dobbs Ferry, they think this is where they got their marriage license, but they would actually have to go to the municipality where they were married in to obtain a copy. A lot of people have no idea because they might have been married 60 years ago and they don't know what clerk they saw. So in cases like that, they can refer to the New York State Department of Health, who has a record of all births, deaths, marriages in the state of New York. Let's see. So I'm also a notary public, and notarizations are provided to the public free of charge. Notary services are available during regular business hours, which are Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., and no appointment is necessary. Resolutions adopted by the Board of Trustees are numbered and posted on the village website. There's a link in the Citizen Action Center on the homepage of the website. I started posting the resolutions separately from including them in the minutes in 2016 to make it easier for people to find them, because otherwise people would have to scroll through like 60 pages of minutes or whatever and try to find a reso. This has been done years before December 21st, 2024, when Governor Hochul signed into law that it is required under New York State law to do this. So we were way ahead with doing this at almost 10 years before it became law. And just to give you some stats so far for this year, as of the May 26th board meeting, 125 regular resolutions and 5 bond resolutions have been adopted by the board. 2 garage sale permits have been issued. And I just wanted to remind everybody that a permit is required to have a garage sale. Permits are $25 and the garage sale can be held for a period of up to 3 consecutive days. I've issued 31 annual peddler's permits and 1 4th of July permit. Each of those permits cost $100. We have also received 222 FOIL requests this year. I have done 231 notarizations. 43 deaths have been registered in Dobbs Ferry this year. And 2026 has been a very busy year for film permits. 12 film permits have been issued so far. On March 24th, the board approved increasing the fee for a film permit from $1,500 per day to $5,000 per day. 3 of the 12 permits issued this year were at the $5,000 per day fee. Film permit applicants pay for overtime for police and DPW and are also billed for any parking spaces reserved. So far this year, the clerk's office has received $45,175 for permit and parking fees. Police OT revenue is at $48,072.50, and DPW OT revenue is at $6,490.50. And I just wanted to say, if residents, members of the public ever have any questions or need help with anything, they could call me anytime at my office number, 914-231-8504, and I'll be glad to help them as best I can. Thank you.
Clerk, thank you very much. Liz Draper, that was amazing. Thank you for all of your hard work, everybody. Okay. We have some appointments. Lori Lee, for these appointments. Oh yeah, never mind, we're voting on it. Okay. Toot toot. Is there a motion to appoint the village appointed directors to the Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Ambulance Corps Board of Directors? Their names are John Hagstrom, Heather Morrison, and Elizabeth Stock. Trustee Gupta, second, trustee Rosenberg. I'm going to talk about it now that we've.
Mhm.
So last year we resolved. Woo! Please turn all cell phones off.
Sorry.
Board of
$100
Trustees
fine.
meeting.
My wife is FaceTiming. Oh my gosh.
Living on the way.
Yes, a number of months ago, we voted on a memorandum of agreement, an MOA with the Dobbs Ferry Volunteer Ambulance Corps. And part of what we agreed upon with them was that we would start working more closely with them to help them in, volunteer recruitment or however we can, so that they can operate more effectively, as they are a standalone nonprofit that the village desperately depends on for the health and safety of our residents. And in part of that, we agreed with them that they would change the structure of their board of directors so that we could help point people to it. So that originally there was going to be 2 people appointed by our village board to their board, and then 2 people that they put on the board. And then a 5th person that all 4 of those people agree on, so that there would be a 5-member board. We then put out a call for volunteers as to who would want to be on that board. And we got a ton of very talented volunteer applications. And the nominating committee, along with some of us who attended those meetings, interviewed all of those applicants and came up with 3 top people to then have meet with the existing ambulance corps board. And they liked all 3 of them. And so they asked if we would expand the structure of the board so that we could appoint 3 people, being these 3 people, and then they would appoint 3 people, and then those 6 would pick a 7th. And we agreed to do that at another meeting a couple months ago. They have since redrafted their bylaws to define their board in the way that I just described, where it's 3 that we appoint to it and 3 that they appoint to it, and then a 7th. And so this is us appointing those 3 people to the Volunteer Ambulance Corps Board. And then from here, those 6 will pick their 7th and begin coming up with what this longer plan, this more substantive plan would be in terms of how they operate the business and their request for village funds based on that. Based on what these 3 people can bring to the table in terms of fundraising that they anticipate they would be able to do, and build that into their business model, and volunteer recruitment that this new board would commit to doing. They will develop that plan, and that is part of what they also have to be doing in order to have this MOA with us, where we are funding them a certain amount each month based on their expenses. So that's where we are. Did I miss anything? No? Okay, so all in favor of appointing these 3 individuals to the Volunteer Ambulance Corps Board of Directors? What's that? But from here, they're going to meet. I'm the liaison to their board, so when they meet, I'll be there and I will report back as the liaison as to what their progress is in terms of how they come up with their new budget.
And their 7th.
And their 7th
Director.
person, yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This, if I can say, like, having been on the board for 4 years, wrestling with how to help the VAC, this feels like, the beginning of the beginning after like a long pre-beginning.
It's a process. And, well, they're very excited. They loved these 3 people. So I think, and they have a lot of energy that I think is partly what they'll benefit from. Is it's exhausting to run an ambulance corps, and they haven't been doing it, so they're gonna have all of that new energy. Here's hoping.
Well, we could be like a shining example if this is successful for VACs all across the country.
It's
Mhm.
true.
Hopefully.
And the current MOA does expire at the end of June.
Right,
Right.
and they know that, I told them at our June 23rd meeting, I told them that we would be appointing them tonight. And then I would need to report back at our June 23rd meeting what their, like, if they've met, what the next schedule is, so that we could consider an extension of
Mhm.
the 3-month commitment to funding. All right, courtesy of the floor. Anybody want to talk to us? Yeah, come up to the mic, just state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes. Of course.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Trustees. It's been quite a while since I've been up here.
What's your name again?
I'm Luke Mullen, resident of Dobbs Ferry. There are a couple of village things I would like to raise. Down by the waterfront, I noticed the plaques are losing their look and need to be restored to look proper. I think we need to put glass cases on them to prevent them from getting dirty while preserving their beauty. The second issue is that a majority of signs are covered by trees and bushes and can be very hard to see. How can these issues be solved? Thank you for the given time to speak.
Thank you for that feedback. If Rob or anybody has an answer that they want to provide him now, but I don't.
Happy to take any questions offline if you like, or you know how to contact me, so
Oh, yeah.
please do so anytime.
Yes, sure.
Well,
Thanks.
if there are any signs that are covered by trees or bushes, please notify the traffic committee
Yeah.
and the building department
Yeah,
The
that,
DPW.
and DPW.
Right.
if it all should go through Rob's office and then we can get
Right.
crews out, or Rob can actually ask the code enforcement officers to require tree removal and brush removal from the property owners if it's applicable. In some cases, the overgrowth comes from private property, and that's a property maintenance violation, and we can issue those.
Yes, we do address those issues.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so feed it through Rob and then he can get.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for my time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is anybody online? Okay. All right, first order of business is on the regular agenda is there a motion to rename the Human Rights and Diversity Committee to the Human Rights Committee? Trustee Gupta, second. Trustee Asuma. Discussion. This is a request from the currently two-member Human Rights and Diversity Committee, although those 2 members have been on it for quite some time. They are seeking to simplify the name and also because inherently the concept of diversity is, packaged in the concept of human rights. And so it's potentially a little redundant. And so they hereby requested the name change. And I said I would bring it to us for consideration, and that's what we're doing. All in favor? Okay, thank you. Number 2, is there a motion to amend Resolution 33, 2026 to change the date of the 2026 Holiday Light Parade and Tree Lighting Event from Sunday, December 6th, 2026 to Saturday, December 5th, 2026? Deputy Mayor Galen, second. Trustee Rosenberg. This is in response to request that started with the fire department as to how many volunteers that work for the village or that volunteer for the village, in addition to staff that works for the village who would have to work early Monday morning and then late Sunday night if it was on a Sunday because it's in the evening. And we took that into consideration and understand the need. And so that's why we are considering this resolution right now. All in favor? We are going to table resolution number 3 based on our workshop and consider potentially 2 local laws in its place in an upcoming meeting. Number 4 Is there a motion to schedule a public hearing on June 23rd, 2026 for consideration of a local law to add the intersection of Young Street with Ashford Avenue to the master schedule of stop intersections in chapter 290 of the Village Code? Trustee Gupta, second. Trustee Rothrock. This is in response to the study provided to, or that we discussed at our last meeting from Nelson Pope, where they identified this as a safety issue that does not have a stop sign currently on it. I'm not sure if it was at some point and disappeared, or it seems as if it wasn't, if it's not in the code. So we are getting right on top of that to make this fix.
It's a challenge to locate one because the two, unlike the typical street, which has some buffer between the building and the actual street, this
Mhm.
neither has a sidewalk
Mm,
nor any buffer between the buildings that are on either side of Young Street. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to, I realize
Place
that
it.
it'd be nice to have one, but the reason is likely that it was very difficult to locate. So I would just ask that when this is considered, that you be cognizant of the two neighbors,
mm.
one of whom has a porch that's sort of right on the corner, and I think it would be very unpleasant if someone planted a stop sign that was
Mhm.
kind of overhanging their porch.
I mean,
So-
I was gonna bring that up too, and I would go farther and say it would be great to consult with
Yeah, we
the
should
homeowner.
notify them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. That's a good idea. So I think that it's a tricky issue. I mean, it seems obvious that we should do this
Right.
for safety, but I think there's some reasons that it's.
Yeah, Rob, can you
It's sensitivity.
make sure to notify the owner, the property owner there, that we're having the public hearing and what's happening?
If you have any contacts or.
I can provide you the contact number. I've known him since kindergarten.
It's possible that the private property infrastructure encroaches on the right of way, but certainly with help, we can
Yeah, we'll be
you can
creative.
get a
We'll-
creative
we'll-
solution.
We'll figure it out.
Hang it from the sky.
Yeah.
That's an option.
All right, all in favor of scheduling this public hearing? Thank you. And 5, is there a motion to accept a donation of ice pops from St. John's Riverside Hospital for Village Summer Camp participants? Trustee Patino.
The dentist on the-
Tino got
Trustee- You got right on that.
Oh,
Trustee
man.
Rothrock. Any discussion?
Maybe my
Doc-
most
doc-
amusing
We get the sample.
resolution in the 7 years on board.
Maybe,
That one's for the owl.
Dr.
There's-
Dr.
Yeah, but I
Gupta,
think this is
our
not funny.
pediatrician, remember?
Yes,
Yeah, no, the dentist.
fully supported.
All in favor? Yay, wonderful.
You have fun.
The work we do. Is there a motion to authorize the purchase of an electric forklift for the Department of Public Works?
For the ice box?
It costs $64,606.72. Trustee Patino. Trustee Gupta. Anybody want to discuss this? Rob, can you give us a little backstory on how this falls into the vehicle purchases, and was this budgeted? Where is this? It's all in here, but
Does it
Right.
use the
Summary.
procurement?
Yes, yes, and yes. Good news is, the board saw fit to actually approve it during the budget sessions. So it made its way approved into the budget. So this is the next step, is actually ordering it and getting it done. It is electric. It's replacing an old model, at least 20-something years old. That's the one that's
Funny,
Steve
I
Trezzi.
think it's older than
53?
most of us.
Was it more than 20? I'm being kind.
73.
Is it? So
Yeah,
even
it's like
more-
Russian
even more to your
roulette when
point.
they have to use it.
I think Steve Trezza mentioned, we have, there are some safety concerns developing, so this is more than timely. So, I thank the board for actually, considering it, and, this is the next step, and actually ordering it and getting it done and replaced, and we'll surplus, melt down the other one, whatever we do, but it's, at this point, it's junkyard worthy.
which budget was this? Is this the next one now? Or,
The 26-7 budget.
yeah,
And the contract meets your procurement policy.
Right.
all right. Cool. All in favor? Thank you. Is there a motion to authorize the Dobbs Ferry Fire Department to purchase a new fire chief's vehicle and declare the old chief's vehicle as surplus equipment? Deputy Mayor Galen, trustee Asuma. Again, this goes through our procurement policy, correct?
Yes.
This was something we budgeted for in the 2026-27 budget
And in our vehicle replacement policy.
and in the vehicle replacement policy.
This is straight, state.
All in favor? Thank you.
The other one too, state.
Yes, it's, I forget the company, but yeah.
Is there a motion to approve the 2026-27 salary suggestions for temporary, seasonal, and part-time employees?
Didn't we do this last night?
We missed a few.
Rusty
Well, that was
Patino,
one emergency, one the other.
Deputy Mayor Galen. Go, you guys talk. What were you just saying? Didn't we do this last?
Yeah,
Yes.
and Rob is explaining that we missed a few titles and people, so.
Okay.
Can I ask that when you do these, could you add a column that just shows the difference? In like in red or something, this is like, it's, some of these there's a lot of them where there's no change, there's some where there is a change and the change is kind of minor. So anyway, it'd be helpful to just see the different, like what the changes, so we don't have to go. Item.
Yeah, we can do that for ease of use. Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. All in favor or any further discussion? No? Okay, all in favor? Thank you. We are gonna table 9, correct? Rob?
Yes.
Tabling 9 to a future meeting. 10, is there a motion to authorize the tax certiorari settlement with petitioner Livingston Ridge condominium for property located at 1 to 4 Rivercrest Lane, 1 to 14 Highview Circle, and 44 to 51 Livingston Avenue? Trustee Rosenberg, second trustee Asuma. Jeff, can you just expand upon this for a second to give us an overview of what this is again?
Sure. So the owners of the property have petitioned to reduce their assessment, which they have negotiated through the town. And the town has, like I said, negotiated the reduction and I'm recommending accepting those reductions. And the total refund due is going to be about $17,000.
And this refunds due line in this chart, we accept, and this is all.
I checked that, yes.
Okay,
And as you know, certiorari attorney, Maria, and I can never pronounce her last name.
Dukovic.
Hadukovic is on the case and she emails to Jeff and I both and Rob, and we look into this to make sure the numbers are copacetic and that the stipulation meets the court's requirements.
thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Is there a motion to declare certain amounts as uncollectible based on clerical error? Trustee Bettino, trustee Asuma.
These are the lots that you acquired, which became non-taxable lots, but it missed the deadline. So you have to declare the tax bills that you received on these two properties that are now not taxable as uncollectible.
Okay. Got it. All in favor? Thank you. Is there a motion to correct a clerical error on resolution 114-2026, authorizing 2026 to 2027 cost of living adjustment pay raises for certain non-union employees? Basically, we had an incorrect salary written on the last one for the secretary to the village administrator, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Their motion. Deputy Mayor Galen, second trustee Gupta. All in favor? Thank you. We have no new business. All right. Liaison reports and announcements. Trustee Gupta, what do you got?
We
I
have,
always start with you.
we, I have actually nothing new to report since our last meeting.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Trustee Rosenberg,
No reports for this meeting.
Deputy Mayor Galen.
Um, due to the Herculean efforts of the downtown committee, sorry to scoop you, but since my head is in there right now, there will shortly be a website at downtown.dobbsferry.com, which will sort of consolidate the information from the downtown committee and the LDC, so that folks who are looking to visit downtown Dobbs, potentially open a business in downtown Dobbs, potentially partner with the local development corporation on the opportunities that it has. All of that information will be consolidated and easy to view and in a beautiful way that reflects the new branding that the firm that we worked with last year put together for us. So it's going to be exciting to see that come out. And also along those lines, the Public Art Committee, I think I said last time, received almost 60 responses to our RFQ for our call for artists for the first public art project of this new era. And on Friday, selected 3 finalists that it will be engaging with to develop concept plans for that location. The committee chair, Jennifer Andrews, and I spoke to all 3 of them today, and they are wonderful and really excited about this process. And I think it's going to be really extraordinary for the village. It's going to be awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah. That's all.
Trustee Suma?
Last night, the nominating committee interviewed 4 candidates for the Human Rights Committee. That's wonderful. And then in July, 2 members for the nominating committee, which we do need members of. So that was great. I met with the SAC committee at the senior center on Friday. They are, and I'm part of this committee, planning senior week in October, and there's so much that's going on. I mean, it's really, really unbelievable. A lot of community involvement, a lot of involvement with Mercy, with the high school. I mean, it's just really amazing what that center has become. And as Kendra knows and Rob knows, we are waiting on the embassy repairs there on flooring and the ceiling and
The windows.
so the leak.
Water infiltration.
Yeah, so you took a tour, am I right, last week or a couple of weeks ago of,
Yes.
okay,
Oh.
okay, so is
Yeah.
that in motion? You know, are we moving ahead on that? So,
Yes, I just wanted to take a look at the proposals. They seem a little high. And it came in actually during the last budget season, so now's an opportune time to take a closer look at this. It might not be the roof, it could be the windows, or it could be the
You're
actual
right.
pointing of the bricks. So we got a proposal, we got several proposals to look at that.
good,
I'll bring it to the board when we make a recommendation.
right.
We have to, we also need to just double check that we're meeting Public Works requirements. So we can talk to Jeff about that too.
Terrific, terrific. And that's it. I don't think anything else. That's it.
In addition to the website for the downtown committee that the deputy mayor mentioned, and the downtown committee also had an open meeting. I mean, all of our meetings are open to the public, but this was really intentional in inviting businesses to attend. It was well attended. I feel like there's a lot of energy around downtown. Some new businesses came that are opening. We discussed, you know, what some of the needs are, and it was, yeah, I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else. Deputy Mayor Galen was there, which was helpful because they were asking a lot of questions about Verizon again. Which is the ongoing theme of that committee, and parking and all that, you know, all the things that we always hear about. And then also, Deputy Mayor Galen and I met with the trustee liaison for the Village of Sleepy Hollow LDC, just to get some ideas how to better leverage the LDC. So that was productive.
Oh, great.
The Affordable Housing Task Force hasn't met in a couple, 3 months. They're still waiting on some progress to be made. The contract negotiation with our chosen partner. Nothing to report from the planning board, but I think that we do have some news we have some things coming to this board from the comprehensive planning committee. Is
Yeah.
that going to be our next meeting?
Yeah, we anticipate getting the draft. There should be a draft for the steering committee and our board to view Friday.
Yeah.
That is like the final look before it becomes the draft, that like the official first draft of the comp plan. So we have our meeting a week from today, our workshop meeting, and we will get that on Friday to look at and then give our last bits of input, both us, we can invite the steering committee to come if they want to provide any input there too, before we adopt the draft as our official first draft for the comp plan.
So we realize it's sort of short notice because there's a lot of work that went into it. There's a lot of information in it. There's a lot to discuss. So I think Valerie will be at the meeting and will help, sort of put it into some framework. And then will make myself available over the weekend if anyone wants to talk about those things, if they have questions about.
It's
what
very
it is.
long. And it's not, I mean, our workshop's gonna be to have discussions about it, and it's a preview, like you're not supposed to, we don't have to have everything at Tuesday. It's just gonna be the first time that if there's anything we want to see different in the draft as a board before it's the draft that we're talking about at public hearings, then that's gonna be our time to do that. So.
Yes, the board will be responsible to present this at a public hearing. So you need to make sure that the board is completely on board with each and every word and period and comma and paragraph and color.
And color.
We've
And
been
design
fussing,
element.
we've been fussing with the design for a few days, so.
But it's great work, so.
It's, getting there.
So that's next Tuesday. The other thing I just want to give a heads up on for next Tuesday at our workshop. So we got New York Forward Awards and we found out what they funded. And there's things that we had as village projects that they did not fund. And so what we have on our agenda next Tuesday is to talk through as a board how we want to proceed with those projects, and get a consensus on, how hard we want to push. Because there is CFA funding from the state that there's applications that we could be putting out, if we wanted to keep trying to get these things funded. But we will use that opportunity to check in on those. So that's the Cedar and Main Plaza, that's High Street Park, Goat Park, and the public art. And then we'll have a conversation at a later date around the streetscaping and the sidewalks, because that's a little bit more complicated. It has 2 sources of funding already committed to it. And none of it pays for what we had articulated in the entire plan. So we're gonna have to figure out what our constraints are there and how to move forward, but we'll put that on another workshop in the future. Rob and I went to a fun planning meeting with Valerie. It was their annual awards meeting for WOMF, the Westchester Municipal Planning Federation. And they call it WMPF, WMPF. Because when we did the joint study with all the other river towns on food scraps, they gave an award for that study as an example of collaboration between municipalities for planning purposes. And it's a good reminder that we should talk again about food scraps and
We're
what
doing
we're going
that
to do next
wonderful-
from this study.
We have
So
to-
they gave us this nice
Not in
award.
this study.
Huh?
We're from not in this study.
Yes. So that was fun. We got to all be there, at like all of the river towns and the comprehensive plan of Hastings got an award for something. We've got goals for next year. We can try and win
We
that.
got one 2 years ago for park.
Gould Park.
Okay, I wasn't
No,
there.
I'm just like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, it's not like Hastings is ahead of us.
We are-
Nation
He
and-
just, I mean, like, Mayor
We have
Drake
been
really
woofed
likes to rub it in
before.
that they win
We've been
things.
woofed.
Yes, he was like, we got
Right.
the trifecta, because then they also got a high school student who won once. They got.
Just wait for the Memorial Park project. That'll be
I mean,
qualified.
I know,
for
we're just
sure.
gonna sweep
Rub it in
them.
their face next.
Okay, all right.
And we'll all go.
And we will all go if
Yes.
we win. some
Yeah.
of
Healthy
this.
competition.
This was like 7 river towns, so.
Yeah, participation trophy.
Otherwise, what do we have going on?
You want
We
to
have
talk
the-
about Veolia and the upcoming work
I mean,
on Cedar?
Pride and
Yeah,
all
that's what I
that
was
stuff.
gonna say next.
Yeah.
I'll start with that. So Cedar, no, Rob can talk about it. You know more.
That's what I mean.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was just,
Cedar,
Text.
Veolia.
yes, they're doing some, scheduled work. The first part of it is, it's not even designed yet. They're doing test pits actually starting tomorrow. Traffic, will be, limited, but they'll be getting through. I think the police department will be on top of it, watching out, making sure the detours are in place. There's 4 test pits to actually locate where the existing utility lines, including the water mains are. Then they're gonna take that information, put it into a study. They're gonna tell, the village exactly what their schedule is, and, we're gonna hold them tight to all the, safety requirements and keeping clean sites, et cetera. But right now, it's not even in design yet, so.
But if they want to do the work at the end of the month, then the design happens very quickly.
I don't know that they're going to be able to
It's-
turn it around that quickly.
I mean, there are standards. I mean, they know the depths and the pipes and the locations and the materials, et cetera. But once they put this all together, they have to identify the other utilities. It's pretty standard stuff, and they'll get the permits for it. And basically, they're bringing the old 6-inch line up to an 8-inch line, and it's gonna be pretty much the whole length of Cedar. It's gonna be on one side of Cedar. So we're just waiting for more details in terms of the actual design, and then we'll know more, about how they're gonna actually leap through. I think they're going 100 or 300 feet at a time, putting the old mains in. The water main will remain on until all the other new line is parallel to it. Then there's gonna be a transfer over on one day. So then they can actually, clarify it and make sure it's clean, and then remove the other line and repave it. We're getting a curb to curb repaving.
And this is like what they're doing on Ashford?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
gas
I thought they were both
plant.
there. I thought
Well,
both of
well,
them.
they have to make connections, and there's always interferences, and depending who's there, it's the heights of things. There's a lot of utilities out there, a lot of spaghetti of the lines. So they have to identify all of that. But that's all planned, and,
So
that
the
was
work
the
that's
gas line.
the work that's happening on Ashford is Con Ed.
correct.
And then I just want to be clear, so, because they say, and what we put in the statement today was that they have scheduled the work to begin at the end of this month. And is that work the thing that you're saying is not designed yet?
Right, once it gets into like the PS&E, the plan specs and estimates, again, it's only one utility, so it'll be coordinated with the other utilities, not to interfere with them, but it has to be designed. And Steve Trezor was out there at the first site meeting, and he told them not to start until they have to school is out. So that's why the timing of that is gonna take it to the end of the month. And then it'll be a couple of weeks worth of work.
So it would start at the end of the month.
That's the plan.
And they're obligated to provide temporary water supply during construction that would involve turning water off. So it will be a lot of coordinating. I know that from my other position as general
Yeah,
counsel to
yeah,
the
the waterworks,
Westchester Waterworks. So they'll be putting, above ground temporary potable water in, so there's no problem. And there'll be a lot of flushing and testing before the new line can be put into.
Right.
It'll be a bit of an interruption, but with Rob's coordination, we'll get that information out to you in these e-blasts. I did get the e-blast. I'm on your
Yes,
list. I did
that's
get
good.
the e-blast.
It
out
does work.
tomorrow.
And of course, the fire department is involved because it involves hydrants as well. So
Mhm.
we're looking at this holistically, and we'll hold their feet to the fire, and they know we're looking.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you do have curb to curb repaving. So we got that in your code a year ago. So
Yes, and then last weekend we had a great Pride March and rally. We walked from the newly freshly painted Rainbow Pride crosswalk at Cedar and Main down to the Waterfront Park, and it was organized by a group of volunteers through Greenberg. It was a festive, wonderful rally.
fun.
And yeah, I had a great time. And Pride Month is all month, so we got more days ahead. And there's, I know, a big thing happening in Hastings this weekend. So Pride just continues all month. And then this Saturday, there's a Rivertown's Jewish Festival that they, booked the park to have, and I'll be there welcoming them for that event. And what else?
Spray park?
The spray pad, we have a ribbon cutting on
Yeah.
Thursday at 3:30. It's been going and everyone's loving it already, so way to go. It looks great.
It's gonna be 95 degrees Thursday, so
It'll be
everybody,
perfect.
everybody outside.
Everybody wear your bathing suits.
So many people were there today. It was really, really great to see. I was there. No.
Yeah.
Splashing through.
I know.
Fun
Is there an
for all
age
ages.
limit? Like, there's no age limit.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
really, anyone can.
Just
go.
frowned
kids were-
upon.
Just frowned upon.
I told my kids there was.
Just be kind of weird.
Wear your water wings.
All right. Now I'm just making things up to talk about. Anything else? What did I miss? Liz, you always have things. What did I miss?
Nothing.
No? Should I be closing this? All right. And is there a motion to close the meeting?
Yes.
Trustee Azuma, trustee Rothrock, all in favor?
8:31.
Ah, me?
This is
I can't make.
Might have brought
I
it in
can't
under
think
an
of a
hour.
meeting.
like a half a day.
I don't know. I feel like.